The Jake Paul-Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happened.
For real.
Should be happening.
Hey, Mark.
I'm all right.
Wait, no. We got that fight coming up. You gotta see it, bro.
This was meant to be the biggest mixed-gender boxing match of the year. Jake Paul is going up against Gervonta Tank Davis. Fans, Netflix, and the boxing world all talked up this fight as one of the craziest we've ever seen. It's all gone now, though. The fight has been called off. As soon as Tank's court case was over, chaos broke out. Witnesses say Jake Paul punched Gervonta Davis right outside the building because he was angry, upset, and no longer wanted to hold back. After that, there was a full-on fight that shocked fans and made security rush to separate the two. But this wasn't just a fit of rage. The fight Jake had been building up for months has finally broken down, which makes him very angry. Let us break this down.
Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his fourth or maybe fifth allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacement.
This wasn't a small event for influential people. This was the big fighting move for Netflix. Millions in contracts and months of advertising. Jake Paul had been locked in like never before deep in camp. Jake's world fell apart when he heard that the fight wasn't going to happen. He had spent months training and pushing his body harder than ever. And now it was all over.
I don't know, I'm kind of in a sad mood. People don't realize how much effort is put into these training camps. Beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, punched her in the face, and it's like, bro.
So, what really happened? Why did the biggest boxing match of 2025 fall through out of the blue? What the answer is Tank Davis's most recent legal problems. Reports say that Tank has been charged with new domestic abuse. Things are very bad this time. Very important.
Baltimore boxing champion Gervonta Tank Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Russell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses. She claims Davis physically attacked her a number of times during their relationship. Russell claims the most recent incident was Monday at a Miami nightclub. Davis is scheduled to fight Jake Paul in Miami on November 14th.
People who know about the case say Tank allegedly broke the rules of his parole from a previous case of domestic violence, and prosecutors want him to go to jail. Not only is the fight with Jake Paul off, but Tank Davis might also be going back to jail.
Sit. Do me a favor, stop already. Huh?
Let me get your pair of ankles, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting. Oh,
no, let Fit deal with that.
Yeah, let's fit. Yeah.
Turn around, watch this, guys. Let me deal with Fit real quick. Have Rosado come over here.
Ain't got no weapons, man. It's just your bread, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
You scoop. I have to go. You can turn around, man.
Damn, what's going on?
It's your ex. I don't know what it is, bro. I'm pretty sure you know what's up. You got a case out of Doral. That's where you stay by? Huh?
Sorry though, is that what?
Yeah.
That hurts the most because it's not the first time. This is something that Gervonta Davis has seen over and over again in his career.
Allegations against Gervonta Davis, they're very serious allegations. Anybody that's laying hands on women needs to be shut down straight away. They need to be, for me, they need to be locked up and the key thrown away. You shouldn't touch women. They're not there to be touched and have their hands laid on them. I've got 2 daughters. I've got my wife, my mother. Anybody out there who's close relationship to women knows you do not lay your hands on women ever. Don't touch them. And if you do, you should be prisoned. As simple as that. That's my take on it. It's totally out of it. It's really serious. Tank needs to get a grip and stop doing what he's doing because he's got previous. This is all alleged, don't forget. It's all allegations. So we're not trying to convict anybody here on Frost on Fighting. We're just pointing out the facts. He's been accused of all the serious allegations from earlier. It's not good enough, and from the fight being made to the weight disparity to Gervonta Davis being a wrong un in terms of these allegations, the whole thing is just an absolute circus.
Fans will remember the time in 2020 when video showed Tank grabbing the mother of his child by the throat at a public event. Soon after, he was jailed and charged with hitting a family member. Tank was arrested in 2020 for reportedly hitting a woman during a fight. That story was also all over the news. People think this might be the end of the road for him now that he has been charged with another domestic violence crime.
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that as...
but don't you know...
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
You just talking to her though. What the information that she gave you? Can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as fact?
All I'm just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lip, and it's under.
I have a mark right here.
Did she hit you?
Turn around.
For battery.
Turn around.
Violence.
Put your hands behind your back. What's his first name?
Gervonta.
Paul had told people about this a few months ago. Jake called Tank out in public during their news conferences, saying that he's more than just a fighter. He hurts women over and over again, and always gets away with it.
Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. I got you a poodle.
Now, okay. Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how many female? Like, come on, it will be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that? But P did.
So when Tank left the jail earlier today, Jake Paul was waiting outside, and that's when things went off the rails.
Mr. Davis, what's your reaction to the sentence? What's your reaction to the sentence? Can we get your reaction to the sentence about the sentence?
From what people saw, Jake walked up to Tank, said something under his breath, and then hit him. Even though security arrived right away, both fighters had already thrown their hands together. Things quickly became a mess. Fans were yelling, guards were putting up barriers, and tanks were yelling back. Jake wasn't just mad. It broke my heart and made me angry. This was meant to be his time. This fight was meant to shut up the haters, critics, and people who said Jake only fights retired or old MMA fighters. Tank Davis was the real deal, a top-level, current fighter in the world. Everything would have been different if I had hit him.
Can I ask you just about the criticism from the WBA ranking you number 15? What do you make of what you're hearing about that? And they said that they're looking at it again. What does that mean?
I don't fucking know. I should be ranked number 1. Everyone else can suck a dick.
However, Jake is now only angry since the fight was called off. And when you think about the supposedly $1 million Netflix deal, you can see why he lost it. The deal is now set in stone. The event is over. Sponsors are not coming back. It was all because Tank couldn't stay out of trouble.
Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, to the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team, at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind. Again, it's scary that devilish men like this can rise to the top of culture and sports, including in positions of power. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces of quote unquote swag and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, it's on to the next one. As always,
Gervonta Davis's career has never been worse than this. He was called one of the faces of the new breed of boxers just a few months ago. A big name in the sport who could lead it into the next 10 years. He is once again surrounded by court cases, mugshots, and angry people.
Tank Davis, somebody you've had some interaction with on social. What do you make of maybe the lack of discipline or arrest?
Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Is that what you want to put it down to?
Yeah.
More than lack of discipline. Yeah. It's vile. Do you know what I mean? I don't condone that at all in the slightest. So it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, yeah, it ain't right.
Yeah.
It seemed like every time Tank was ready to fix his image, something like this would happen. It might be over for good this time. When someone has been charged more than once, the system can only be so lenient. People who know him well say this could be the end of his career, not because he fights, but because he can't stay out of his own way.
You know, Tank Davis has a checkered past. He had a checkered past when this fight was made. What changed? Well, obviously, 2 incidents, allegations, lawsuit. Since the fight was announced, they at the time felt like this was an opportunity for people to learn about who Tank Davis is, for him to show the world that he was a changed man, all this stuff and more. And you know, that didn't happen, and they felt like they had to cancel the event. For the record, I feel like this was 100% the right call. You can't be a promotion that is so heavily invested in women's boxing and work with a guy who has allegations and lawsuits pending like Tank Davis does. You just can't. It's a mixed message, and what they're doing with women, I think, is fantastic. I think it's brilliant what they've done, focusing on women's boxing. It calls into question everything that they've done to build that up when you do a fight like
Take a moment to remember that this fight has always been about people. Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul didn't like each other. It was a mess at the news conferences. On stage, there was yelling, threats, and almost a fight. Jake made fun of Tank's height. Tank made fun of Jake's skill. Both were making the event sound great, but it was clear this wasn't just business. It was real beef.
He's doing something monumental in the sport, and he's actually an insane boxer. And I'm going to show that this guy who's been doing it his whole life is doing it wrong his whole life.
What'd you say, Tank? He said you're gonna outbox me. What to do? The one thing.
We'll never know how the fight would have gone, though, because Tank got in trouble with the law before it even started. Jake Paul is already looking for a new opponent since the fight with Gervonta is over. From what I've heard, he's setting high goals. Some say Jake got in touch with Francis Ngannou. That would be the former UFC heavyweight king. It was said that Ngannou said, "No way, the prize wasn't worth the risk."
But it didn't end there, because once the dust settled on Tank Davis, Jake and Francis this morning have engaged in a back and forth, old-fashioned Twitter war. Here's Jake. "Dear Francis, just say you already got humiliated in boxing and are scared to lose to Jake Paul. I accept that. You are light work, my friend, stuck in mud." Francis replies, "Choose your words wisely, boy. I agree that you need someone to discipline you for what you did to Mike Tyson, but stay in your lane."
Next, rumors spread about Ryan Garcia, but Oscar de la Hoya quickly put an end to them by saying, "Ryan is focused on getting back into title contention, not fighting YouTubers."
First of all, Ryan Garcia, Jake Paul wasn't close at all. Wow. They called us. I believe Nikisa called Eric. And then Eric called me and I shut it down. Like, you know, it's just not gonna happen. There's no, it can't happen. I mean, without my blessing. So, you know, the long story short is I have a contract with Ryan, you know, a multi-fight contract. And we're in talks to fight somebody else. You know, there's Barrios, who a lot of people are throwing out there for a world title. which is a huge possibility. But yeah, there was nothing serious with Jake Paul. We have a contract with The Zone, and they work with Netflix. And it just wasn't the right fight for Ryan. You know, what we want to build with Ryan is something special. You know, just like we've done with Virgil and how I did with Canelo and how I've done with so many fighters. We wanna make sure that he's on the right trajectory, the right path to get to the world title, to become a star, a superstar in boxing. And that wasn't it.
Who is still there? Some names have been thrown around, like Tommy Fury, Nate Diaz, too, and even KSI, but none of them are as well known as a Tank Davis fight. It's known by Jake's team. It's known to Netflix. It's known by everyone. It's crazy that this fight was already heated before it was cancelled. A lot of boxing fans were mad that heavyweight Jake Paul was facing a lightweight like Gervonta Davis. Dana White said Jake should fight someone his own size because they were not a good match.
I got word the fight's officially off.
Really?
Gervonta's going to jail.
He's actually going to jail?
I think he's going to jail, dude. Bro, he keeps beating up women.
Yeah.
He can't stop beating up women. He's a piece of shit.
Why? So, and they couldn't get a replacement in time.
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He can fill in. Are you ready?
Finally, it's my time.
Some people, like Terrence Crawford, didn't understand what the sport was trying to say by letting a big guy fight a small one. Many people thought this wasn't fight. It looked like a circus act. Many of those same people say that this might be a good thing now that the fight is over.
Is the burnt bridge with my brother unfixable?
I don't hate your brother. You guys need to fight guys your same size. When you fought Floyd, you are massive. He did hit you with a fucking bomb and you fucking ate it. He's gonna fight Gervonta Davis.
Who do you got?
Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than Floyd, but he's too small. Your brother's gonna be able to get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up.
I hear your critique on fighting guys the same size as you. Is that why you guys wouldn't let me fight Conor?
Yeah, you're fucking huge. Conor weighs 145 pounds, 155 pounds.
Yeah, but he says he can beat me.
Jake still won this fight, though. Boxing as a whole will be hurt by this cancellation. No matter what, Jake Paul's fights bring in a lot of people and a lot of money. It was planned that the Jake vs. Tank show would be very big, but the fight and the excitement are over. And now the sport has another incident instead of a show.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over with.
It is said that Netflix is so angry that it is now rethinking its future fighting deals. It will be a big loss for everyone if that site leaves. That's all for today's show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon if you liked it so you don't miss our next movie. And don't forget to leave a comment with your ideas. We'll see you in the next show, so stay tuned.